Truckers.
Excuse me, taxi.
Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Memorial Day weekend. Well, Sunday, what the heck is going on in New York? Well, Governor Paterson is with us today, like every Sunday. Give us your opinion.
Well, the legislature on Thursday night passed legislation, both the Democrats and the Republicans, really impairing the ability of local governments to cooperate with federal agencies. Now, the last I heard, the federal government supersedes the local government. When I was governor, I tried to adhere to that, but I don't understand why they did this, because it is only going to ignite more interest in sending in more ICE agents, creating more types of problems between different communities and that kind of thing. And I don't understand that. On the show Thursday night, as you remember, John, we talked about what the reaction could be, and we settled on the idea that probably the afflicted entities, in other words, Nassau County, Suffolk County, the other counties around the state could band together and bring a lawsuit against the state legislature itself and the governor for taking this approach. And I just don't understand how we got into the situation we're in now.
I don't understand it either, Governor. I mean, we want New Yorkers to be safe. We want New York City people to be safe, New York State people to be safe. If they're dangerous criminals on some of these migrants or immigrants, if they're dangerous, then they should do what they have to do.
Yeah, I totally agree. We'll wait and see what the reaction is as we start to get into starting Tuesday when everybody comes back to work. But I just thought that was an egregious mistake that they made. Now, on the other hand, President Trump came on Friday to the Westchester Rockland County area to support the congressman whose name is escaping me.
Well, you're talking about Mr. Lawler.
Mr. Lawler.
Mike Lawler in Rockland County.
Yes, Mike Lawler is a very well-respected elected official on both sides of the aisle. He's has a closer race than I think he anticipated, but he's out there. And the president came in and he did talk about all the things Lawler has done for his district, but he also talked about a lot of the things that he's done over the years. And he puts together a pretty good battery of achievements that he can cite. However, most recently, he's got this $16 billion proposal for some kind of fund for people who feel that they were abused by the police or by local governments when they were protesting and that kind of thing. And I don't have the slightest idea why he would do something like that, because what you're really doing is throwing out the baby with the bathwater. You are taking the authority away from the local governments and also from the law enforcement agencies in favor of anybody who thinks that they got shoved or something like that, tries to get money out of this fund. I think it's one of the biggest mistakes that the president ever made. And as you know, I don't walk around regularly criticizing him, and I talked about the positive things he did in this interview, but I think that is going to lead to a lot of problems for the president, because they can also sue, and I think they'll win.
Well, there's so many things going on. I don't know anymore. What other things bother you on Memorial Day weekend?
Well, it's bothering me Memorial Day weekend if the weather could have been better than we thought it would be. But what I would say is there does seem to be a kind of a divide between people all over this country, even in the city and in the state. It's hard. People have Thanksgiving dinners that erupt into big arguments that are basically political. But I think we have to throw all that out, particularly on these types of holidays, and celebrate them for what they were. Memorial Day Memorial Day celebrates those people who fought and died for this country and made this country as great as it is now.
Well, Governor David Paterson, thank you so much for everything you've done for our country and everything you've done for our city. And God bless America. And let's remember the people we've lost on this Memorial Day weekend.
Happy Memorial Day weekend.